Here we go. And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. I hope your day is going well for you. We do have a lot of information to share coming up at 7 o'clock this morning. I hope you'll join us for the local end of this. We're getting a lot of questions about the murder-suicide that happened yesterday. We got those details coming up at 7. Won't you join us? Tune in. It'll all get underway. Odie will join me. We'll be here to discuss what we know and what we can reveal at this point. Hopefully, we'll find out more information as this tugs along with the heartbreaking news of someone losing their life, 2 people losing their life in our community. That's on the way this morning, beginning at 7. Cold right now. If you have not cracked a door, it is 31 degrees outside. Burr. We should get to 67 before it's all said and done. Tomorrow, even better. Tonight's low, a little bit better than today, some 9 degrees warmer. We're at 31 now. We expect it to be 40 tonight, and then jump to about 74 tomorrow. So warmer weather is on the way. That is the good news. We always like to have a little bit of silver lining in our cloud, don't we? That's what we've got so far. As we glance at radar, let me show you this. If you're heading west, if you're going to be going to Texas for any reason this morning, keep this in mind. There is a lot of fog from Beaumont to Bay City into the Texas area, Victoria there. If you got to go that direction, be careful. Look at that. Tons of it just on the west side of Houston there. If you ever been down through here, Victoria, Texas, Corpus Christi area, it's rough there this morning. All good in Mississippi and Alabama at this point. We'll be right back. Despite the things that go on in the world, we can't change that. One thing we can do, we can have a good message, and we've got that for you now. Let's go to Collinsville to the First Baptist Church.
Major League Baseball will soon be underway. I'm not a huge Major League Baseball fan, but I watch some, and one of the things I see changing every year is the amount of protection a batter will wear when he comes to the plate. It used to be that batters only wore a helmet. Now they wear things on their elbows, on their wrists, on their ankles, their shins and knees. It's like they're wearing a suit of armor to protect themselves in the event that they get hit by a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Seems smart to me. In Ephesians 6, the Apostle Paul finishes his letter with an admonition to believers to be strong and protect themselves spiritually. He says in verses 10 and 11, "Finally, be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes." Great words for a believer. First, be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. We don't look to ourselves for strength. Our strength comes from God. We need to look to God to empower us with all we need. We also need to put on the armor of God. God provides us with all we need to take a stand against the devil's schemes. Over the next few days, we'll talk about the pieces of that armor and what each piece does to protect us. We need to be ready for what the devil will throw at us. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that message. Always good to get a good direction for the day. What was it Don Williams used to sing? Lord, I hope this day is good. I always like to start the day with that song. It's a good one there. As we look at headlines that are shaping America this morning, the old term, after you've been behind bars so long, sometimes you want to continue to stay there. Well, that's our lead story as we go for a bank robbery. He spent 30 years in jail. He was 83. He got out, and I guess he couldn't handle it. What did he do? He went and robbed another bank. He's behind bars this morning, and one thing that you do if you're a bank robber is never rent the car in your own name. He did that. He was caught. He had an accomplice this time. But back to jail he will go. And it does make you wonder, does someone like that like the life on the inside? Can't handle it on the outside. He was caught, sent back. I want to say the oldest bank robber ever recorded was back in 03. And he was like 93, around 03, 04, right along in there. Seems like he spent one more year in jail before he passed away. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm misguiding that or misjudging it, but that's what it looks like. This is, as I was a kid, and I remember it, I remember watching an episode of Heart to Heart. Do y'all remember that? I was 7 or 8 years old, and I remember them in the scene they put on an Eagles album Welcome to the Hotel California. Well, that's what's in discussion in court. How could that be? The handwritten lyrics of this. There's a guy that is a music historian who has bought them. The problem is, they say that he bought them and they were stolen. He says they're not. Others say it is. It goes to court to prove who the documents are. It's a notebook, and it's got tons and tons of songs in there that they recorded from the 70s that were big. I was trying to think of what else was in there. Hotel California was part of it. I don't know about it's several other songs. I'll leave it at that. I'd have to go back and read the article to pick up on all the songs that were involved in it. But boy, oh boy, oh boy. It was today, February 20th, that John Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth. I was never into the space, but that is a note to write down the importance of that being done today. I've been to this town many, many times throughout my life. West of here, as you go to Texas, a place called Livingston, Texas. Nice little town, nice people. An 11-year-old girl is missing there this morning. They have someone that they have questioned. They're not sure if he has anything to do with it or not, but she left to go to school. She hasn't been seen now for 4 days. Let's hope that little girl is found soon, safe. It's always scary past that, 12 hours or so of someone being kidnapped, coming up missing, that the worst could happen. Let's hope not. Let's keep God's prayers in this. They found a sadness sometimes. I'm trying to find a word to put this. Closure maybe is a better word for it. A body was found in 1992 in Indiana of a young lady who was pregnant at the time of her death. She has now been identified. They did that through her father's DNA. Although it's horrible, we don't know all the details of what went on, there is at least closure now to know where your loved one is. You hate to even tell that. This seems to be a problem in Colorado. Why do I say Colorado? Because the laws are not as stiff for this, because I can't tell you the cases that I've told you about this here recently. And I'm referring to funeral homes, as we've got another case here of a guy that owned a funeral home. He didn't pay his rent. He was evicted. They have so far uncovered 30 containers with 30 different ashes in them. They would also find a hearse with a body inside. Been there for at least 2 years, as his funeral home became more and more involved with financial problems. He couldn't afford to finish the cremations or burials, and so, well, he started sidestepping, so to speak. He'll go to jail for a long, long time. I think it's probably time for the liberal state of Colorado to step up and make some laws where not just anybody can be a funeral director. It's got to be stiff for people that are better. We don't have those problems in Mississippi and Alabama. Fix this problem. That is the ultimate slap in someone's face to do their loved ones wrong. That's just horrible. But Colorado's been case after case of this lately. What was it, 80-something bodies that last time? You hate to even do that. As we look at this next case, there's a lot of people that argue with you about gun laws and say that if you put up gun laws, violence will cease to exist. Well, the smart folks know that's not the case, because a criminal is a criminal. Because you draw an imaginary line in the sand does not stop a criminal when he steps up to it and he goes, "Whoa, I better not do that. I see that sign." As we look at our next headline, where a suspect who fatally shot 2 officers and the paramedic. Do y'all remember this story this week? Well, guess what? He legally could not own a firearm, but he did it anyway. If you take firearms from Americans, only the legal ones won't have them, and the criminals will be armed. Mark my word, that's the truth. That's the gospel. Want to hear it or not, that's what really goes on. Bad situation there. This is even sadder, because I think, although this was kind of before me, I know them. The Beach Boys. I wish they could all be California girls. Surfing USA. The list goes on and on. Of course, you know the name Brian Wilson, one of the founding members of the Beach Boys. He has been listed now as having dementia. a bad case of it, and they're suggesting that is the word conservatorship. Did I say that right? I'm close. I'm beating conservatorship. That's how you say it there. Thanks to Odie for straightening that out. And you would think that it would be his children, but I think it's actually his longtime friend attorney that they're suggesting that should take over this to guide him through this. It's bad either way, and at some point in time it will affect you or someone in your family. Dementia is bad. It takes away one's memory. It does a lot to you. If you've ever watched The Notebook, that really just sets the whole thing up, and you can figure it out from there. We'll be right back. There's a lot more headlines that we have for you that are going across America. Local headlines that rattle us all. That's coming up at 7. We're going to get deeper into your forecast next to let you know how to dress, what to do over the next 24 hours. That's on the way. We'll be right back.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we go back for our record highs, our record lows, 2018, that's not all that long ago. It was 83 today. Way back in 78, it was a cool 17 degrees. 31's got me rattling my teeth this morning. 17 was bad. 1978 it was. As we look at today's forecast, we'll hit that 68-ish. Is what's projected, anywhere from 67 to 69, depending upon where you are. As we go to Philadelphia, drop into 66, even at 65 in Columbus, over to Mississippi State. But not bad, is it? Over in Natchez, we'll see 69 there on the river. As we cut east to Bama, looks to be 66 in Demopolis. Tad cooler Birmingham, there's 63, but we should see 67 as well in Livingston, Alabama. Not bad weather anyhow that you shake this. As we look at what's coming up, Thursday, today is Tuesday, a couple of days from now, no burning whatsoever. As we see, it will be windy, sustained winds of 20 to 25. But look at these gusts that we could have on Thursday, up to 40 miles an hour. What does that mean? Loss of power, I hate to tell you. It always catches a limb and breaks something, and, well, the next thing you know, you're sitting in the dark. Be ready for that. Generators, I might add. Booker Electric. Talk to them. They'll fix you up. As we look at this forecast, look, warmer weather on the way. Whoo, hot weather. I like it. I'm all about that this morning. I'm tired of having my teeth chatter. Here's your 7-day forecast as we see 67 today. Now, tonight we'll get down to 40. As we look to tomorrow, 74. And look at this all the way through Monday. 70-degree weather, even reaching 78 by Monday. We may even get warmer than that. I think Tuesday we could, well, let's just look at it. This is 7 days of 70-degree weather, 0% chance of rain. You'll want to get outside and start doing a few things as we get ready for March. As we see Tuesday hitting the 80-degree mark. Now, that's been kind of back and forth of maybe hitting 80, 81. We do have a chance of showers on Wednesday, the 28th. Right now, I don't see anything bad. I think what people are forecasting for bad weather next week looks to be a little bit north of us as we go up toward Oklahoma. I don't want to jump the gun and by any means say that we are going to get some rain, but I don't see yet the threat of terrible weather in our area. Not yet. We'll watch it. Should that change, we'll let you know. But at this point, Oklahoma into Illinois, next week we'll have some bad weather there, as we'll remain in the upper 60s and 70s all the way through the 5th of March. But those rain chances begin on the 28th and just kind of hover around for a little while there during March. As we look at our fishing forecast, Chet tells us today, best time to be there, 9 o'clock this morning. Be on the creek bank, ready to go, 11:15. for your favorite fishing spot. Through about lunch is what we'll say. The wind's going to be calm, becoming around 5 miles an hour. So if you've got things to do outside, today is almost picture perfect. Kind of like that. The Notebook, that was a good show there. Lavelle, good morning. So glad to see you joining us as well. Shirley, Lisa, many of you there. Now, again, we're going to be back here in just a few moments as we'll fire off the morning show. We've got a lot of local headlines. We've got a laughter or two to bring you. It's all coming up this morning at the Scotty Ray Report with Scotty Ray and Odie. Join us, won't you? Begins right here at 7 o'clock. We'll see you soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.